What's up? Let's remove all negative, unwanted frequencies and vibrations from my space and your space. Let's welcome in health, wealth, love, peace, joy, ease, and clarity. How to use your healing power. The meaning of the healings of Jesus. Joseph Murphy. Chapter 10. Walk with the power of God. Now remember, as I'm reading these books to y'all, don't take my word for it. Don't take Joseph Murphy's word for it. Believe what you want to believe. I'm just trying to offer a tool to help people who want to heal themselves. That's it. That's all. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying Dr. Joseph Murphy is right. I'm just offering a tool to help people who want to heal. To help people who want to grow in consciousness. That's it. That's all. I do not claim to be right. But one thing I will tell you is you will never know if something really works or not unless you try it for yourself. Remember, these Bible scriptures, I'm trying my best to read them as best as I can. So bear with me until I get to the Joseph Murphy part. Because they be writing, the way they wrote that Bible down, it's just like, man, who was writing this stuff? Let's continue. Chapter 10, Walk with the Power of God. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went into Jerusalem. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda or Bethesda, having 5 porches. And these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever then first after the troubling of the water stepped in was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. And a certain man was there, which had an infirmity 38 years. When Jesus saw him lie, and knew that he had been now a long time in that case, he saith unto him, Wilt thou be made whole? The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man, when the water is troubled, to put me in the pool. But while I am coming, another steppeth down before me. Jesus saith unto him, Rise, take up thy bed, and walk. John chapter 5, verse 1 through 8. Related passage, Luke chapter 13, verse 11 through 12. These are references for you to go and check for yourself. Mankind is at the pool. The pool is consciousness, and all of us are living with our thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and mental images. Some of these states are blind, halt, withered, and lame. Furthermore, man is full of dreams, hopes, and aspirations, which have never seen the light of day. Thousands are frustrated, unhappy, and sick because they have failed to realize their dreams, ideals, plans, and purposes. These dead hopes and dreams symbolize the impotent folk, blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water. Are you waiting for something to happen? Don't sit around waiting for God to do something. You must begin. And when you begin, omnipotence begins to move on your behalf. God has provided you with everything. He has given you himself or herself. Therefore, all his powers, qualities, and attributes are within you, waiting for you to call them forth and use them to grow. Expand, unfold, and multiply your good 1,000-fold. The initiative is with you. The God presence within you is now governing all your vital organs, regulating your heartbeat and general circulation. The earth, the stars, the sun, the moon, and the whole world is here for you to enjoy. But if you want to transcend your present concept of yourself, You must take the necessary steps. Begin now to think constructively and heal the blind, deaf, and withered states within you. And this drama of healing, prayer is called a feast. And this, I apologize. When you meditate on your good, you are feasting. You are consciously uniting with it. Then you make it a living part of you in the same manner that a piece of bread becomes hair on your face or flesh of your body. When you eat food, it provides nutrients. The pool has 5 porches, which means we have 5 senses. Our senses usually deny what we pray for. Furthermore, our 5 senses impregnate us with all kinds of rumors, false beliefs, and limitations. Now you can put into application the teaching of this drama. You are Jesus when you recognize the spiritual power within as omnipotent as you enter Jerusalem, the city of peace. When you still the mind and focus on the living Spirit Almighty within you. You are now back at your divine center where you become perfectly quiet in God. You can enter into a deep peace, the peace of God. You have exchanged the mood of worry and fear for the mood of faith, confidence, and an inner peace. Give me a second. You can enter into a deep peace, the peace of God. You have exchanged the mood of worry and fear for the mood of faith, confidence, and an inner peace. This is why the Bible refers to a sheep market. All of us are in the marketplace every moment of our lives. Let's go back to analyze what I was saying. This is meditation. This is basically meditation in a nutshell. I'm not here to tell you how to do it. I'm just saying this is basically it in a nutshell. You can enter into a deep peace, the peace of God. You have exchanged the mood of worry and fear for the mood of faith, confidence, and inner peace. So when you meditate and you close your eyes and you just chill out and relax, you letting all that worry and all that fear go, and you bringing your center into a place of inner peace. That's basically meditation in that shit. You don't even have to close your eyes. You can just be chilling like, I'm good. The reason why you close your eyes is to shut off the senses. To stop the brain, the logical brain, from thinking and putting labels on everything and judging everything and criticizing everything that you see. So you say, you got your eyes open. Let's say you're sitting outside, a car ride past, you start judging the car, you start judging the person in the car, you start thinking about the color of the car. You close your eyes, you don't see none of that stuff no more. Now you can focus on more of the inner you. Meditation in a nutshell. This is why the Bible refers to a sheep market. All of us are in the marketplace every moment of our lives. You are constantly exchanging or giving up one idea for another. You must give up fear and by faith in God, in His laws, or her laws, or its laws. Give up ill will and by radiant goodwill. Give up the blind states in your belief and by the idea that there is a way out of any problem. Contemplate the truth that God has the answer, and therefore you know the answer. The angel disturbs the pool. The angel spoken of is your desire, your wish. A man in our class on the miracles of healings, on which this book is based, told me of a wrong done to him. He was very bitter. He had a desire for a divine adjustment, but didn't know how to bring it about. And he was very disturbed. He learned how to resolve the conflict. Whosoever stepped in first was made whole. No one could get in before him. He was always in the holy omnipresence, and he perceived the truth that actually no one could really rob him or defraud him. When he learned of his oneness with God and the fact that nothing can be lost, he realized his unity with the infinite. He prayed that through the action of God, his relationship with the other man was now transformed into order, harmony, goodness, and love. He began to see as God sees, and God sees everything in infinite perfection. This is a practice, though. This ain't just this is a practice. This is a discipline. This is a habit. So, be compassionate with yourself and others. This is a practice. In other words, this young man ceased to gaze at the outward chaos and confusion. He stopped looking at the outward chaos and confusion, but he went within himself and claimed interior harmony and a divine adjustment. The blurred, confused outer picture was transformed into divine order and peace between them. There was a remarkable solution. Trust the God wisdom which knows all and knows the way. There is a divinity that shapes our ends, rough hew them how we will. In one of the class lessons on the book of Job, which I have just finished, I told the students that if they had a problem and could not see any way out, to sit still that night and quietly recognize the presence of God within themselves and the situation itself and within all those concerned. After a few minutes of silent contemplation on that truth, they were to turn the matter over completely to the subjective self, knowing it will order everything all right. This procedure kindles a fire in the heart which brings about an inner glow and warmth. And while this fire of love is burning in the heart, go off to sleep. Many receive remarkable answers the next morning. No one can really get in before you. No one can prevent you from realizing your goal or objective. The only power you are aware of is your own thoughts. When you think, that process is really omnipotence in action. One with God is a majority. Your own thought causes the omnipotent power of God to move in your behalf. There is nothing to oppose, challenge, or thwart the action of the infinite one. There can't be two omnipotent powers. If there were, one would cancel and neutralize the action of the other, and there would be no order anywhere. There would be no trees growing. It wouldn't be no oxygen. We breathing out carbon monoxide and breathing in oxygen, and that plant breathing out oxygen and breathing in carbon monoxide. That's order. The sun come up every day. That's order. There can't be two infinites. That is unthinkable and mathematically impossible. The infinite moves, Troward tells you, as unity, as oneness, as wholeness, and as harmony. Your mind must also move as a unity, a sense of oneness with your idea. So I notice some people saying, well, if that's the case, if the infinite moves as unity, as oneness, as wholeness, as harmony, then why is the world so chaotic? Because we're thinking chaotic. We have chaotic feelings. And since the God presence is within us, that's what we produce. But as soon as we start thinking positive, healthy, loving thoughts, you'll see the world change. And it's coming. It's happening. But that's why everything is so chaotic, because it's so much chaos in the minds of people. It's so much chaos in the hearts of people. They wake up in the morning, watch the news, what you see. You see murder, famine. You see people starving. You see people can't say they can't get ahead and all this stuff. And it's just replaying over and over again. It's on loop in people's minds. And it's in millions of people's minds. That's a great power. So imagine if all those millions of minds took that same thought and pointed it towards something positive. We'll see positive changes in our world, which we are seeing now. And we're going to see it become into material 3D manifestation as these years go by. You just got to keep your head on, and you got to, all this crazy stuff happening, you have to keep your eyes on that God in you. And you got to just know everything is fine. Even when it don't look like it's fine, everything is fine. There is order here, even though it look chaotic. Okay. If you are divided in your mind by acknowledging some other power, you are like a soldier marking time. You get nowhere and reach an impasse. Your mind is divided. Two ideas or thoughts are quarreling. You must be the referee and come to a decision by realizing that there is only one power, and that being so, you are free from fear. Desire without fear is realization. Recall to mind that the suggestions of others, the race mind just means the collective mind. Recall to mind that the suggestions of others, the collective mind, and its fears have no power over you. Collective mind means your family, your friends, your wife, your husband, your children, your mama, your daddy, the community, the people at work, the people you see on TV. The collective mind and its fears have no power over you. External conditions and suggestions of others are not causative. Your thought is in control. If you say that the other hurt you or made you angry, it means you permitted yourself to move in thought negatively. That's a hard pill to swallow when you got to be accountable for your own feelings. And a lot of people don't want to accept the fact that, let me repeat that. If you say that the other hurt you or made you angry, it means you permitted yourself to move in thought negatively. It was your fault and not the other person's fault. The other person is certainly not responsible for the way you think about him or the way you think in general. And we know that's a fact, right? The other person is not responsible for the way you think about him or her or the way you think in general. We could agree to that, right? When you think of God, you are one with omnipotence. The source is love. It knows no fear. While I am coming, another step up down before me. Have you ever said that? Perhaps not. But have you ever heard people say, it was John's fault? Except for Mary or Johnny, I would have been promoted. If you say anything of that nature, your allegiance is divided, and you are disloyal to the one power which knows no other. I am God, and there is no God beside me. I am sure that you are very familiar with the fact that no one can say I am for you. That statement is the first person present tense. It means you are announcing the presence of God within you as cause and creator. Notice when you speak to your sister or son, you say, you are. When you speak in the third person, you say, they are. One of our students in the Bible class on the book of John said to herself, I possess the power to say I am. No one can say it for me. I now believe I am what I wish to be. I live, move, and have my being in the mental atmosphere, and no person, place, or thing can get in before me or prevent me from being what I long to be. For according to my belief, it is done unto me. She had a remarkable demonstration using the above prayer. The impotent man is the man who does not know what the power is and believes it is outside himself. The 30 and 8 years in the numerical symbology or science of the Bible means the conviction of God's presence and coming of age spiritually. The number 30 refers to the Trinity or the creative working of our own mind. The 8 means the octave or man's capacity to rise higher through knowledge of mental and spiritual law. And even in the numerology, when I do my number chart, it's funny how all this stuff just correlates. When I do the number chart, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And right here is what Joseph said. He said, the number 30 refers to the Trinity or the creative working of our own mind. And remember what I was saying, the physical, soul, and mind. Mind, body, and spirit. The 3, I'm going to step my game up, y'all. But for now, to be rocking like this. The 3 is a mind number. The 8 is a soul number. Now we go back and see what it say. The 8 means the octave or man's capacity to rise higher through knowledge of mental and spiritual laws. Spirit, soul. The Trinity is your thought and feeling. And from the fusion of these comes the third step, which is the conviction of your good or God. When your idea is mothered by feeling or emotion and the two become one, you are at peace and God is peace. So for example, if you want to be, let's say, keep it simple. Let's say after work or at dinner time, you want to eat some pizza, right? You can feel it. You're like, I'm going to go to such and such place and I'm going to get this pizza and that's what I'm going to have for dinner today. The idea, which is you having the pizza, and the feeling of, you know, you're going to have the pizza, you can taste it before you even touch it. You know, you feel joy because I'm going to eat this pizza. So when the idea, the pizza, is the idea, the feeling is the joy of you eating the pizza before you even get the pizza. When these two become one, you are at peace. You're not debating, saying, I wonder how I'm going to get this pizza. I wonder where I'm going to get this pizza from. Am I really going to get some pizza today? You know, and you feel. So you are at peace. Now, that's just a simple way. Now, take your dreams and put that in there. Your idea, it's your dream, it's the idea. And the feeling, the joy you feel of living your dream. When you put these two together and you become at peace, when you finally become at peace, it's done. You know, like, all right. But this is a practice, remember. This is a practice. And God is peace. You are constantly putting the Trinity into operation. Ospensky used to call the third element, which entered in the neutral element. We call it God. The idea of perfect health can be resurrected by you as you now claim, feel, and believe that the healing principle It's instantly transforming your whole being into God's perfect pattern of harmony, health, and peace. I read a remarkable article which appeared in the magazine Nautilus some years ago. It was written by Frederick Elias Andrews of Indianapolis. He said that as a boy, I like that he put this in there, so you go Google it. He said that as a boy, he was pronounced incurable. He began to pray from a crooked, twisted cripple going about on hands and knees. He became a strong, straight, well-formed man. It's funny because I just watched a YouTube video of a lady who they told her she was paralyzed. They told her she only had 1 month to live, 3 months to live, or something like that. She would never walk again, and she only had like 3 months to live. You know what she did? She said, fuck all that. She started going on a juice fast. And she healed herself, and she ran the 5-kilometer run or something like that. I don't know. But the point is, she went from being paralyzed and told that she only had 3 months to live to living years later and she healed herself to where she could stand up and walk and run. I had a friend who got shot and the doctor told him, you're going to be paralyzed for the rest of your life. That man is walking. So it's real. But I'm not trying to convince nobody. I'm just here to help out as much as I can. And so the interviewer asked her, she said, what you think would have happened if you would have listened to what the doctor said? She said, I would have died. But she did this. And she wasn't even talking about God and all that stuff, but I'm pretty sure that was in her. She was just saying, she was just like, I don't care what y'all talking about. I'm going to do what I can to heal myself. And she did that, and now she ran. She ran. And she lived years. She's still alive now. You can go and look it up on YouTube. There's plenty of stuff on YouTube you can go and look up. We don't have to sit here and play like we don't know stuff anymore. It's people having experiences showing us that we can heal ourselves every day, all the time. And it's a plethora of them. It's not just 1, 2, 3, 4. It's thousands of them. He said that as a boy, he was pronounced incurable. He began to pray, and from a crooked, twisted cripple going about on hands and knees, he became a strong, straight, well-formed man. This young man decided what he wanted, and that was a perfect healing. So let's go back to when Joseph said, the suggestions of others in his fears have no power over you. Now let's go back. The young man decided what he wanted and he had a perfect healing. That's what that means. It means some people gonna tell you, oh, that's not true. Oh, that's a bunch of bullshit. That stuff don't work. You believe in that stuff? You gotta ignore that. You don't have to hate them. You don't have to argue with them. But you have to stay solid within yourself and say, I know y'all don't believe me. I know y'all don't believe this stuff. Hell, I probably don't even believe it. But I'm willing to try it, because what else am I going to do? Just die? What else am I going to do? Just walk around sad all day? No, I'm willing to try it. And then you got to say, every time somebody come and say, what you think you doing? You just got to say, I'm healing myself. And you got to stick to that. Stick to the G code. I'm healing myself. And just let it go. Let it be. And keep doing what you're doing. And you will have a perfect healing. He created his own affirmation. He created his own affirmation. He created his own affirmation. Mentally absorbing the qualities he needed, he affirmed over and over again, I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. He persevered and said that this prayer was the last thing on his lips at night and the first thing in the morning. He wasn't watching YouTube, and he wasn't listening to Drake and Kendrick in the first thing in the morning. He didn't wake up in the morning and say, I wonder if Kendrick responded back to Drake. I wonder if Drake responded back to Kendrick. He said when he woke up in the morning, he did his affirmations. Before he went to bed at night, he did his affirmations. That's the point. Don't be distracted by the world. Stay solid. Stick to the G code. The God code. All right. He also prayed for others. Also by sending out thoughts of love and health. So once again, you don't have to argue with people. You could pray for people in silence. And to pray for somebody just means sending them love and peace and health and wealth. Just say, I wish health and peace and love for you. And go on about your business. This attitude of mind, way of prayer, returned to him multiplied. Like Job of old, who prayed for his friends, God gave him twice as much as he had before. His faith and perseverance paid off big dividends. Negative thoughts came to him, but he did not entertain them. When thoughts of anger, jealousy, fear, or worry came into his mind, he would start his affirmations. The answer to all fearful thoughts is to turn on the lamp of love forever burning in your heart. The man in the Bible had the infirmity 30 and 8 years. We have already discussed the 30. The number 8 is added when healing takes place. 8 is composed of 2 circles representing the synchronous or harmonious interaction of your conscious and subconscious mind, or idea and feeling. When your desire and your emotional nature agree, there is no longer any quarrel between the two, in your mind and in your heart. And a healing follows when your desire, your wish, your dream, and your emotional nature, your feelings about that, agree. There is no longer any quarrel between them. The two, and a healing follows. The command by Jesus, or your own illumined reason, rise, take up thy bed and walk, is your voice of authority, based on your inner conviction telling you that you are healed. We can actually hear the inner sound of our belief. It is veritably a command on the inside. You have taken up your bed, truth, and walked the earth a free man or woman. And this happens on the Sabbath. The Sabbath is an inner certitude or inner stillness, which follows true prayer. It is really a state of mind in which you are unconcerned, unmoved, unbothered, and undisturbed. Because you know that just as surely as the sun rises in the morning, there will be a resurrection of your desire. When you have reached a point of complete mental acceptance, you are resting in the Sabbath or in the conviction. It is done. So mote it be. And it was on the Sabbath day he was healed. Peace and love. I'll see y'all next time, my friend.